Bones are amazing things. They hold us up. They support us. They make us strong. But bones have other uses. In the past, bones were thrown by diviners, seeking out the mysteries of the future. Now the bones are cubes, made of plastic or resin, but they still reveal things to us. As they fall from our fingers and rattle across the table, the story becomes clear. Welcome to Bone Throwers Theater, an RPG actual play podcast.
Welcome back to Bone Throwers Theater. My name is Aaron, and we will be playing a game called Kingdom.
This is Jeremy.
This is Jeff.
This is Johnny.
And I'm Jordan.
We're playing the Space Heads going on Space Jam tour.
Yes, Space Heads, the Space Jam tour.
We never said what kind of band we are. We're like classical. I play violin.
Oh, what's the name of that group from Mongolia? The Who?
The Who.
The Who?
Yeah. Mongolian metal.
Yeah, the Mongolian throat singing.
Have you guys heard it?
No.
Oh my god.
It's awesome.
They've got like some traditional violin style instruments in there as well. Mm-hmm. It's really fun. All right. Currently, we are making characters. There are 3 roles for the different kinds of characters. We're going to make a main character that we will use to explore the fate of the kingdom. And then we're also going to create a minor character, someone who's part of the kingdom but is a supporting cast for the main characters.
So we all create a main and a minor.
Yes.
So we will all have one character die throughout the day.
Not by my fault.
Everyone in the band can't stand me just because I fell off the stage into a black hole.
There are 3 roles that describe a character's place in the kingdom. They are a critical part of the game. Pick one of these as the starting point for your character. Power. You have authority over the kingdom. You decide what the kingdom does and what it doesn't do. Perspective. You understand the kingdom, both its merits and its flaws. You can foresee the consequences of the decisions that the kingdom makes. Touchstone. You reflect the desires of the people of the kingdom. Your attitudes show us what the populace wants and how they are reacting to what is happening. More than one person can have the same role, and some roles might not be taken at all. So long as everyone does not choose the same role, you're fine. Your character can switch roles during play, so don't worry about being stuck later on.
Yes, if we all chose power, that would be very bad.
Exactly. Although then we would be a power band.
So we're choosing roles?
Correct. We're going to go ahead and choose roles at this point.
Do I put a token on my roll down here at the bottom, or do I actually...
Sounds like it would be a token.
It actually is not. The tokens are specifically for the touchstone.
Okay.
Wait, isn't that one of the rules?
Yes, it is. So, like, basically, what happens for play is that there's this card that has yes on one side and no on another. And while you're arguing what's going on, then the touchstones, like, if I'm reading it correctly, they place the stones where they think the populace is going to go, like with the overall direction of the conflict.
Uh-huh.
And that's kind of how the determination is made. So we'll just go ahead and go around in order.
Okay.
So I would just go ahead and like put a circle around the one that you want on the bottom of your sheet.
Okay. I am going to start, at least, with perspective.
Okay.
I'm going to start with touchstone.
I don't want power. I don't know. Like, the times that you've chosen power as a character, like in actual play, those are some of the most amazing characters you've done.
Check off.
True. Kick. Kick was a power character.
Wow. He wanted to be a power character.
He was a power character. He just wasn't very powerful.
Fine, I'll do the power. Okay.
Plus, your character in the school.
You got the time.
Yeah, that was a power character.
That was a power character.
You got the power.
Big power character.
But I'm going to be perspective.
Yeah!
I'm going to go with power.
You would.
Pick a concept for your character. Choose someone from the list of people you brainstormed that fits your role or make up a new one. Describe who you are, what you do in the kingdom, and what you look like. As a little bit of a reinforcement in the text here, your character must be a part of the kingdom. Do not make a character who doesn't care about the kingdom or who would be unaffected by what happens to the kingdom. So I think this is supposed to put that kibosh on that I'm a part of the party, but I don't want to be a part of the party trope that some players fall into.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't be a friend of someone in the band. I'm just making a joke.
Only if you are the driver.
Well, yes. But in general, the friends of people in the bands don't like the band.
Oh, okay.
Don't care about the band.
Would you like me to read off the list?
Well, from the list, it sounded like we were expecting to be all band members.
Yeah, that was my expectation.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't.
Oh, you weren't?
Yeah.
Okay. Or the driver. I mean, I don't know.
I was planning to be the band doctor.
Well, you are the mentor,
That can work.
Yeah.
I mean, I assumed that we would all be like the band. That's
If you guys want us all to be members of the band, I'm okay with that too.
we don't all have to be. I don't
the
know.
band doctor could be a member of the band, just someone who's like significantly older than the rest of us and
Yeah.
thinks that he knows the best.
Who said that?
I mean, what kind of band are we? Can I be a violin player?
I mean, look at the string cheese incident.
I know them. But I'm also into weird things, so.
Or go ahead and take your favorite Celtic rock group.
All right. I know what role I fill.
Okay.
I am the eclectic instrument person. So if we need a didgeridoo for a song,
A jaw
if we
harp.
need bagpipes, if we need a
Theremin.
yeah, whatever we might need, that's like that's mine.
You're the Bob Hallett of the group.
Yeah. I don't know who that is either.
From Great Big Sea.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he plays violin, he plays accordion, he plays pipes, fife, all that kind of stuff.
Musically well-rounded in your instruments.
Yeah.
Hurdy-gurdy.
The hurdy-gurdy.
So you're basically the utility infielder.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Jeremy.
I'm gonna be the synth guy. Does the synthesizers, all the electronic stuff. Sometimes that includes a drum pad.
Well, with power
Comes
being my thing, I was thinking the front man, lead singer,
Lead singer and head songwriter.
that guy.
So let's see. We have the lead singer. We have the eclectic. We have the synth. So I guess I should be percussions. Not necessarily drums, just percussions.
Percussions.
This is our guy who stands in the back with an oil drum and a mallet.
Sometimes.
Actually,
Sometimes it's a giant bell.
one of my favorite bands out of Denmark, Kaiser's Orchestra, they have a guy who specifically bangs on oil drums with mallets.
Nice.
So yeah, I wanted to do the band doctor. I wanted to be that guy who was trying to shepherd the band along. This is probably my second or third band.
Have any of them made it?
I think they have.
Does the rest of the universe think so?
Didn't answer the question.
What matters is what happens in my own mind, sir.
Obviously, we think they made it somewhat in order to have him be our mentor.
I'm the guy who's actually writing the lyrics for all of the songs. The vocalist, he does like his own melody or something, but I'm the one who's writing the lyrics and actually doing the chords. I write the lyrics, I hand them off to him, he records himself singing them, figuring out what melody he wants to work with them, and then I go back and I take care of the chords. So that's how our songwriting process works. We haven't been seeing eye to eye recently because I keep on noticing that some words are scratched out and other words are put in. I think we're developing a little bit of an issue.
Well, I think I know
Says
best.
the second oldest man in the room here.
So what was the name of the band in Lost, Drive Shaft, that was based off of Oasis? The younger brother was supposed to be like Noel Gallagher, and he was doing like guitars and bass and writing the music.
Mm-hmm.
And then the lead singer was the older brother who just thought he was the best. That's our relationship. I'm the Noel Gallagher of the group.
Actually, can I see the list of people?
Yeah.
You want to change who you is? I just want to know what our band actually sounds like, because we got eclectic instruments and synth and percussions.
That's all we have. No, because we also don't identify that we're the only members of the band.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too.
We're the core, and we've hired a couple of session players.
Well, because we each get to
I want to be the
minor
band's
character.
agent.
Oh, you want to be the agent?
You want to be the agent.
I want to be the band's agent
All right.
instead.
So minor characters can flesh out the rest of the band if we want to do that.
That's right.
You can still have that relationship with your
Band.
band.
Okay.
With whoever the lead person is.
None of us are the villain. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I like that idea. None of us are actually the lead.
I like that too.
Or none of our main characters are the lead. You know.
And maybe it's the agent that's telling us to get rid of the lead person.
We're supposed to be writing.
Yeah, just go ahead and write your description of who you are down. Do you want me to go ahead and start with that?
Yeah.
So I'm the band doctor. My name is Belzan Oxide. I'm a songwriter who plays background rhythm guitar, and I think I should be more in the forefront of the band. I'm
Norival Norstrom. I play eclectic instruments, the hurdy-gurdy, the didgeridoo, the ostrix ulston, which is something made from vocal cords and hair of different creatures around the galaxy. I'm 5'8", kind of have a long beard. I'm balding, but I have some dreadlocks going still. And they are not very well taken care of because I pay too much attention to my music.
My character goes by Shoc because his actual name is not very rock and roll. It's Sherman Octavius, so he just goes by Shoc. He is the synth electronics guy in the band. He's an alien species that knocks him and is 3 feet tall. He has luminescent hair tips, which can change anywhere from orange to yellow. It also has changing skin color, changes from blue to green. He's got branded tattoos. He wears cargo pants with suspenders and no shirt, boots, and ski goggles. And has 4 fingers on each hand, and his hair is actually comes to a line down his spine and ends in a tail that he has braided.
I've got smooth talking agent
Yeah, Jeremy.
Dolan Bonn.
Jeremy definitely got a little more descriptive than the rest of us on that.
Yes.
Well, I can describe an alien, what it looks like.
Yeah. That's all you
I'm an alien.
So as you can tell, there are 2 different schools of thought being presented here.
I don't know what he looks like. Looks like an alien.
Alien?
Yep.
An alien.
I would love to just have a hut be a musical agent. You know what I mean? Like big giant slug man.
Zero the Hut.
Zero the Hut, yeah, with the feathers and the.
Uh-huh.
Oh dear, it's time to go make a new album.
Alright.
Moving on.
I'm Galvin Transor.
You're a 7 foot tall gnome.
I am a 7 foot tall gnome with a 3 foot beard.
Do you wear a red hat? Like,
It's always a pointed hat. It's not always red.
I was thinking a red pimp hat, but
That'd be awesome. No, walking around.
the gnome.
I wear a leather vest.
Even more pimpy.
Wear a leather vest that has like chains and stuff hanging off of it, and I hit things. Yes, you'll always see me with some sort of mallet in my pocket.
Or are you just happy to see us?
I was thinking the same exact thing.
Wow.
And you are the perspective. You are a perspective character.
Yes.
So now we go ahead and pick locations. 2 places where your character would be found. And so you can go ahead and do those off the list. So just to read off our locations again, just as a reminder. The Purple Ceiling Club, the merch booth, the tour ship, which is called the Slip Up, the cargo checkpoint at Verdan 5, the King's Palace Casino, the Noodle Room, the Laser Tag Room, the Asteroid Belt, Shady Crime Fun Times, Spinny's 36-Hour Eats, and the Plane of Silence.
I love that name. These 36-hour eats.
Say what you do in these locations or why you picked them. So, Aaron, do you want to go ahead and go first?
Sure.
What 2 places did you pick?
I picked the Asteroid Belt and the Noodle Room.
Okay. And why did you choose those?
The Asteroid Belt because it's one of the only places I can actually acquire some of my instruments that I am attempting to get my hands on.
Okay.
There's some really exotic things, some of which may require, I don't know, organs of different aliens out there,
Like a noodle blat.
like a noodle blat, things that might need certain vocal cords of different alien species.
A flarpity whip.
And so to get those, I of course have to go to the black market to get the ones that sound authentic, because they make fake ones, but those don't have the same real
Resonance.
sound. Yeah, you got to go after that. Hits you right in the gut when it's made with real vocal cords of the Osblacks. So that's why I like to go to the asteroid belt, and then the noodle room because, well, after I acquire my new instruments, I like to go play.
That's pretty cool. All right, Jeremy, you're next.
All right, I got King's Palace
Okay.
because I decided that my character is the one with the gambling problem. And then the cargo checkpoint. That's one I found interesting because I picked it. My character likes to spend extra time there seeing if he can negotiate for any of the confiscated items that the customs people have.
So you can gamble.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, so he can then use those as something to gamble with.
Yep.
And not actually spend money.
I have got the purple room and the laser tag room. The purple room because that's where I meet most of my contacts for setting up gigs and things like that.
It's where the movers and shakers are.
Mm-hmm.
Purple ended up.
And the laser tag room because I can't get enough of them laser guns.
Well, I chose the slip up, our ship, because I figure I'm our impromptu mechanic. Don't have a clue what I'm doing, but I have to try to fix it.
Which is fitting because you're a gnome.
Exactly. And I like to hit things.
Because you're the percussion guy.
Because I'm the percussionist. And Spinny's 36-hour eats. Because I like food.
You're 7 feet tall. That takes a
Yeah. It takes a
lot
lot
to feed you up. So I chose the noodle room because that's where I go to work on my music and write my lyrics. And then I also chose the King's Palace Casino because someone has to make sure that not all the credits aren't spent before they're actually brought in. All right.
So, quick question about interstellar travel.
Yes.
Well, you slip up. That's what you do.
It's probably not important, but when we're all dispersed at all these different places, I'm assuming it's pretty instantaneous or relatively so for us to get back together before we go on our merry ways.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm imagining there's like a central hub.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I figure like the noodle room and the lady tag room probably both at the King's Palace.
No, the noodle room's on the ship because that's like part of our practicing.
So, yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
The lady tag room's probably at King's Palace then.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The King's Palace could be on Verdun 5.
Could be.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
It all ties together.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're going to form bonds with other players at the table.
Do we have to?
Yes. Describe your connection to the character to your left. So you say what you need from them and what makes the relationship difficult. Discuss it with the other player to make sure it makes sense. Your bond could be personal or related to your duties in the kingdom. It could be a friendly one, or it could put you at odds. But even the best relationships must include some tension or trouble.
So you're the agent, right?
Yep.
All right, I got this.
So who would like to start? We can go ahead and discuss the bonds in a circle. So Jeremy would go to Jeff. Jeff would go to Johnny. Johnny goes to me. I go to Aaron. Aaron goes to Jeremy.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, so my idea, since we had one of our threats was the agent. Was it the agent or was it the record? No, it was just the
label.
record label. Maybe the record label putting pressure through the agent to change the lineup, the lead person, which we have not established who
They
that
want
is.
to bring in Ringo.
I want to say that my relationship with Jeff's character,
Dolan.
is he's pressuring me to be the one to push for the change in lead because the lead singer is my sister.
Is your sister hot?
She's
But
sparking.
all alien that changes skin color and hair.
So that's a yes.
So yes.
Wow.
If you're into that kind of thing.
So they want to replace your sister.
Yes. Maybe the record label's like, she's not hot enough.
She's a little pitchy. Sadly, that is a real conversation that executives will have.
Yeah.
We need somebody who would just reach out and grab the audience.
Not literally.
Lead singer of Spacehead's arrested for
No,
assault
Octopod.
on a crowd member
Oh.
during a concert.
Okay, now you have to describe your relationship with me.
In game.
Let's see. You were the one that recruited me to be the band's agent. What's your character's name?
Galvin. Galvin Transor. Okay. So, Galvin and Belzan, our relationship is I'm constantly making fun of you for being old.
Now, here's the issue. I'm human and you're gnome, and I would imagine that we age at different rates. So I might actually be
Yeah, you're
junior.
actually, you are. Years-wise, yes. But lifespan-wise,
Ha! You're 28. I'm 135.
exactly.
What were your locations again?
The asteroid belt and noodle room.
Oh, Noodle Room. So we actually have a pretty good working relationship, musically speaking, but we don't actually see eye to eye in terms of the direction that the band should take.
So we have a good relationship, but we also disagree.
We
on
have a
that.
good creative relationship, but we disagree on business. That's a pretty good bond right there.
Yeah. Do I stick with my niche or do I go outside of it? Yeah, I'm going to stick with it because that's what works. My bond with Shoc is that I am aware of Shoc's gambling debts and have given you money in exchange for you acquiring things for me. And right now I am pressuring you to acquire the hair tips of your people. Make a really great sound when friction is applied. It's an instrument called a Gorbin Gar, but the hair tips have to be removed and they don't grow back.
I know. So that's a big no-no amongst my people.
So I am pressuring you to do that with money.
Sounds like you're blackmailing them.
What was it called? A Gorbin gloss?
Yep, Gorbin, gloss, GLOSS.
All right, so now that we've made our major character, it's time for our minor character. Wow.
Okay.
Our minor character, this is pretty easy. Take an idea from the list and give them a name and brief description.
I've sort of already done
Yeah,
that.
you've already done that. So,
Oh, with the lead with your sister?
Yeah.
yeah, so just go ahead and write that down and you're good.
All right. Do we put this somewhere?
Yeah, you take the index card and fold it into a tent and write the name and character concept on both sides.
Can I get that list?
Yeah.
Of people's.
I have the driver/merch guy.
Honestly, I like this world creation sheet quite a bit.
I do too.
I have to name another person? I had a hard enough time coming up with my name.
I don't care. Don't look at me like that.
The casino worker's name is Jordan.
I got the small fry prodigy.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, the small fry prodigy. They might be trying to replace the lead singer with that.
It's possible.
It could be. Okay. I put down, and this could provide some tension between Jordan's character and the lead, is that reason that some of the lyrics get changed is because the lead singer is also aspiring to be a songwriter, so is trying to make some creative changes
Yeah.
to put her mark on it. Could it also be that she's stealing those creative changes?
It could be.
That's why.
Yeah. And they're like, let's just cut out the middleman.
Name and brief description.
Yeah.
Franklin Jascoville. Elven features with a level 20 charisma.
Oh my gosh. Who is this? The
The driver/merch.
the merch guy is the best looking out of all. Especially because the singer is not hot enough.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh my
The
god.
agent's being pressured to put the merch guy on stage.
But he can't sing.
So I just had a
He's got that
realization.
charisma, though.
And this is going to sound stupid. So I was looking around for inspiration, and I decided to name my character Beau Savard for your bow and your lightsaber.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I could use the katana. No. Oh, shoot. Her name is
Bo-Katan.
Come on, Star Wars. All right. I have Bo Sabar, an aquatic alien with gills, feature the size, and suckers on their fingertips.
And what's his role?
The lone shark.
Lone shark.
That's awesome. I have the casino worker. His name is Cranston Fastlore. He is kind of tall, gray skin, pointy ears, and tusks. He has 4 arms, and he's easily bribed.
Everybody has 4 arms.
No, T-Rexes don't.
Yep.
Or all they have is 4 arms.
Yeah.
I have created Melina Octavius, obviously the sister of Shoc, the lead singer, who's also an aspiring songwriter. The same alien description, about 3 foot tall, although the color of skin and hair is different. Hers changes from orange to red, hair and skin from blue to purple.
I got the small fry prodigy. Her name is Jillian Oss. She's a humanoid, 5'2", alien. She writes a lot of really good music that keeps getting stolen by aspiring songwriters.
And I got Franklin Joscoville. He has elven features and level 20 charisma.
I love that description.
It works.
Yep.
You know exactly what you think of it.
So I'll go ahead and describe how the table is supposed to be set up, and then we'll go ahead and take a break. So basically, the way that the game works is that there are 2 major components at this point. There are crossroads, and there are crises. And so we have a card that we put in the middle of the table, and each time that we have a card, we'll have like a major crossroad in play. So, for example, the question at the top of the card is, will the kingdom ... And then there's a yes on one side and a no on another side. At the bottom of the card, there's the word crossroad, and over on the other side, it says crisis. And after each of them, there are 6 boxes. There's always going to be one more box than the amount of players you have at the table. So we have all our stuff in the table. We can go ahead and clear a lot of this out of the way. So we put our world sheet in the middle of the table so everybody can see it. And then we put our crossroads card here. And then we have our touchstone tokens. These are tokens that the touchstone uses because the touchstone is the person who describes what the populace thinks. So like how the band would react to things and like the music label and everything like that. When your character expresses an attitude, that being the touchstone, the kingdom automatically feels the same way. After you describe how you feel, you can choose to describe seeing other people in the kingdom showing or acting on those feelings. If you prefer one of the choices facing the kingdom, like, so we always have to ask a yes or no question about what the kingdom is facing. So, like, will the band cede the crown to the BTT?
We will not cede the crown to the BTT.
So then the touchstones, if there's more than one, then there can be multiple ones. They would put their token on either the yes or the no to help guide the decision of what's going on. And then also, if you feel like your character role doesn't suit you anymore, you can change the roles. Or if someone is using their role in a way to take the kingdom in a way that another player doesn't like, that other player can overthrow the role of the first player.
So let's say one of the power characters is trying to force one of the minor characters to do something. Then we could say, well, we're going to overthrow that power player.
So let's say, for example, that I make a decision for the band that you don't like because I'm a power. Mm-hmm. And so powers make big decisions for the group. Let's say that Johnny doesn't like that. So, Johnny, what was yours again? You were the perspective?
Yes, perspective.
Yeah. So you can overthrow me as a character, and then you would become a power character rather than a perspective character. And we can get into the details about that as we go on. But if things go too far or have gotten out of control, the kingdom could reach a crisis and risk being destroyed, which could end the game. Push for what you want, but be ready to face the consequences if you push too hard. So the way that the game works is that we have 6 phases to the turn. The first phase, there's a crossroad. If there's one already in play, that's the situation you're dealing with now. If you just finished one, then we need to make a new one. Then there's the scenes, where you role-play a scene with your main character. This is your spotlight time to show what your character thinks and does about the crossroad. Then we go ahead and check a box. So you can check either the crossroad box or the crisis box. Checks the next box on the crossroad, but if you think the kingdom is in trouble or heading towards destruction, you can check crisis instead. If you do, tell us why. And then there are the reactions, and each player can briefly describe how their main character reacts to what happens in the scene if they want. This lets you respond without having to wait until it is your turn or until someone invites you into a scene. If all the boxes for a crossroad or a crisis are full, it comes to a conclusion and resolve it now. If both are full, resolve the crossroad first and then the crisis. And then the next player to your left goes. Start again from the top. If there is no crossroad but you've already made one, you can't make another until every other player has made one too. Go around the table to the left until you come to someone who has not made a crossroad. They make the crossroad and then you continue your turn normally.
So by a crossroad, it's someone who has an idea of a decision that we would be facing. So let's say someone thinks, will the band go to Zul'Jan 5 or go perform at Earth?
Right.
A rare opportunity to perform on Earth.
Which could make or break the deal with the record label, so that might be interesting.
So that would be a then crossroad, and we would go through discussing that.
Right,
and
a role play it out.
Okay. And that would be one card, and then after that, after we check off all the crossroad, we do another one.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll go through this in more detail as we continue to play. But I think we've pretty much reached the end of our time, so we'll go ahead and wrap this up for now, and we'll go ahead and start with our first crossroad next time on Bone Throwers Theater. Thank you for listening to Bone Throwers Theater. We are releasing this podcast under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivatives 3.0 Unported license. That means you can share the podcast, but please do not modify it or try to gain financially from it. If you would like to visit our website, you can do so at bonethrowerstheater.com. If you would like to send us an email, you can do so at bonethrowerstheater@gmail.com. Our Twitter handle is bonethrowerstheater. You can also look us up on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And until next time, may the bones fall ever in your favor. This has been a Nerd Circle podcast production.